as there was any good news to report from the auto sector. But maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the first signs of some kind of recovery. Now, the numbers for June are in, very initial numbers for June are in from various companies. And here's the big picture that emerges. Obviously, compared to May, there is a much better amount of sales, stocks, etc., which is in the market. That's because May was completely locked down, and from June onwards, there has been an unlock of sort, which has been going on in various parts of the country. So there has been an increase of up to 200 to 300% in some cases of sales there. Compared to the same month last year, though, of course, there is still a lot of pain, but not as bad perhaps as was expected. A lot of the numbers have also gone back to 55 to 60% of pre-COVID levels. One big thing which is coming through from the auto sector is the push from rural India. So tractor sales have been great. Your larger commercial vehicles or your diesel cars, your SUVs are seeing better traction, as are two-wheelers in some segments. But to give us a clearer picture of what really we are seeing and what the ground realities are, I'm joined now by Vinkesh Gulati, Vice President of FADA, which is the biggest federation of automotive dealers in the country. Vinkesh, great to have you on the show again. Last time we spoke, it was all gloom and doom. I'm not saying it's rainbows and sunshine right now, but is the picture a little better?
Yeah, obviously, Tamanna, things have started opening up. So April was zero, May, only 25% time period was open. But June was the first month where we have seen at least 70% dealership open for the full month. So obviously, the overall dealerships were open around 80 to 90%, but there have been, wherever the cases have grown up, the area had been locked, so the dealership were closed. So that things were going up and on. But I can easily say that more than 70% dealership saw the full month as a running month. And everybody has said, there would be a pent-up demand because of a lot of other reasons. We saw that, and no doubt we are happy that the customers have come back, not in the same position like before, but it's actually given a ray of hope for us that sooner or later we'll be back to the old figures. But yes, it's a positive sign for us in the dealerships.
Okay, so give us more sort of granular trends that you're seeing. So the broad theme seems to be that Bharat is driving this. Something Pawan Goenka has also tweeted out today, that rural India seems to be driving this push. Is that the trend you're seeing? The agri sector driving demand on the back of good harvest?
So obviously, Tamanna, yes, but as Dr. Pawan Goenka has said, the Bharat driving, the total is actually based only for tractors. It is not that great driving for all the other categories. No doubt, tractors, you'll see some growth happening if everything, whatever the initial seniors being thinking. But on the other hand, obviously, the rural market has never gone into a lockdown. So they are seeing the comeback the best. So if you talk of rural markets, so basically the entry-level bikes, the entry-level cars, so those have started seeing the green shoots as early. So obviously, wherever the tier 2, tier 3 towns are, the degrowth level of June on June is in a very good position, not very high. But as you go towards urban and semi-urban, the gap is huge. So obviously, if you talk of the Bharat effect on our categories, so we are seeing good tandem in two-wheelers and small small cars, but not in the bigger segment.
Yeah. Are you seeing any interest from first-time buyers in the passenger vehicle segment? There was this theory that as unlock takes place, those who can will push to travel in their own vehicle instead of going in, for shared utility or either public transport or your cab aggregators and all of that. Is there any evidence of that happening?
See, Tamanna, practically all these ride sharing things are not very active or very liked in the rural or the semi-urban area. No doubt they are there.
I'm not talking about rural. I'm not talking about rural. I'm talking about overall. I'm talking about overall. Are we seeing any sort of effects of people not wanting to, take a risk and go in for ride sharing apps or for public transport, and now saying that in this situation it's best to have your own vehicle?
So agreed, that is in their mind, but practically it is not yet converted into sale. So if you talk about urban, so those customers which had in mind they were moving on metros or buses or even shared rides, they have thought about, they have it in mind, but obviously they haven't come out to buy in the same ratio as semi-urban or the rural market. So basically, what we are seeing today is yes, the right thing to say that the first-time buyers are coming who were before not using their personal vehicles, now they are coming in. Additionally, what is happening, the people who want to buy, maybe not the first time, maybe they had a vehicle at home and three people were moving around for jobs or other purposes. Now they need a vehicle because they don't want to use the public transport. So they are buying a cheaper vehicle. So maybe the start-end vehicle because they don't want to invest a lot. So at this time, they are not interested that it should be an image building thing or they want to buy the best of the lot. At this time they want the convenience of their own transportation or physical movement at a whatever their level of economy which is permitting today. So seeing the current financial situations and the gloom happening because of COVID, messages of job cut, messages of financial issues, mutual fund going down, they are holding up on the bigger purchase. So if they want a vehicle, they are buying an entry vehicle segment of the cars.
Do you see any appetite coming back at all for your luxury segment or for your larger SUVs? You think that craze is subdued for a while?
Yeah, that is agreed. So there are two types of buyers. One are which is there is a emergent need. They will obviously be going ahead for that. A level of buyer which is an HNI or a high client, they will obviously buy a vehicle which is equivalent to their level. But if I talk about people who are wanting to exchange their vehicle, who are having a premium car and they wanted to exchange, they will obviously postpone it. So what we are seeing, what we are expecting that at least the high priced vehicles are seeing more postponement than the entry level cars. So if any brand has a 8 lakh car and a 15 lakh car or 20 lakh car, movement of 8 lakh car is happening. The 15-20 lakh cars inquiries are there. They haven't yet cancelled their purchase or their intention. They are still optimists, but they are delaying. They want to just see how another 2-3 months later the financial situation would be. Will there be another spike happening where another turmoil will come back? So maybe by the festive season, which will come back, they'll again decide and come back. So we are hoping for that to happen.
All right, some hope and some optimism in the narrative, which is a refreshing change from what we've been seeing in the auto sector for the last many months, even before COVID, in fact. Thank you, Vinkesh, for joining us today for that perspective. Always good to chat.
Thanks, Tamanna, for having me. Thank you very much.